Hey, so I'm back. I can't shut up about this because I'm pissed. Ron DeSantis is apparently now trying to distance himself from the racist curriculum that is asking kids to weigh both sides of genocidal race massacres and look at the positive aspects that slavery had on Black Americans. I think there might be some footage of him talking about this now. I see there's a CBS News video, so let's watch that.
The controversy over Florida's new education standards is intensifying after Governor Ron DeSantis signed a bill called the Stop Woke Act last year.
I still cannot get over how fucking insane it is to name a bill after a keyword that was created online by people who are mad that they're being called out for being racist, homophobic, transphobic, etc., etc., etc. It's like genuinely mind-blowing to me.
Changes include teaching middle schoolers that some enslaved people actually benefited from slavery because it taught them skills. Nancy Cordes is following this at the White House. Nancy, good morning.
Good morning, Wendy. You know, this debate may have started in Florida, but it has now landed squarely in the middle of the presidential race.
I hate that. You know what? This is probably just a big ploy for him to get his name in the headlines, for him to say something fucking insane or basically do something insane so that he can get his name in the headlines so that more people, more Americans know his name, more crazy conservatives can side with him and then vote for him.
I didn't do it, and I wasn't involved in it.
Florida's Republican Governor Ron DeSantis
What do
tried
you
to
mean?
distance himself from the curriculum controversy, but it didn't work.
I didn't do it and I'm not involved in it are not the words of leadership.
Florida's new history teaching guidelines, approved last
You're
week.
the governor of Florida. You're the governor of Florida. What do you mean you're not involved in it? That's even more concerning. How did Floridians, I guess, how did you get into office? How?
Stemmed from a 2022 law Governor DeSantis called the Stop Woke Act.
Governor DeSantis started this fire with the bill that he signed.
The new standards say Florida students should be taught about the harsh conditions slaves endured, but also
Period. That's where that sentence should stop. They should be taught about the harsh conditions. And then in addition to that, they should be taught about what that has done systematically to Black people in America. They should be learning about the ramifications of that.
about how slaves developed skills, which in some instances could be
The only fucking skill that was developed was generational trauma. Anything else that might have been developed through that process was just a means to survive.
applied for their personal benefit.
They're probably going to show some of the folks that eventually parlayed, being a blacksmith into doing things later in life.
That comment drew a swift rebuke from fellow Republican presidential candidate Will Hurd, who tweeted, "Slavery wasn't a jobs program that taught beneficial skills. It was literally dehumanizing." NAACP President Derek Johnson.
We all must stand together as a nation to ensure we don't find ourselves going backwards, that we stand united as a country and not try to...
I hate to say it, but we're already moving backwards. We are already moving towards dehumanizing people like this again. We've already started doing it with women. We've already started doing it with trans people in the media. That's why I'm making these videos. I don't care if 2 people see this. I'm not going to shut up. I'm not going to shut up about it now.
to remake history.
2 of the authors of the guidelines say they proudly stand behind them and that they were, quote, developed using a methodical process within our work group.
They want to replace history with lies.
The nation's first Black and Asian American vice president traveled to Florida Friday to condemn the new standards in person.
I am deeply concerned.
I'm sure
Because
you are, girly
let's
pop.
be clear, I do believe this is not only about the state of Florida. There is a national...
Let me be clear. I don't like this woman. I don't like her. And the fact that this is something that she's now able to use to get people to like her That's all it is to her, by the way. I hope people know that. Don't think that because she's brown, she's on our side. Don't think that. Don't think that for a second.
Agenda afoot.
And the topic is likely to come up again when Vice President Harris addresses a Latino conference in Chicago today. As far as Governor Desantis is concerned, he is defending the new standards, arguing that they are probably the most robust African-American history teaching standards in the country. He's getting a lot of unwanted attention from his fellow Republican presidential candidates. That's the kind of heat you never want to face.
Because they're probably like, whoa, that's too mask off. That's too mask off. No. Because that's insane. It's insane. That's why. They know it's too far. Because it's ridiculous. There's no way. There is no way to paint the damage that slavery has done on black people in America in such a way that it was beneficial. And the idea of even putting that in a child's mind at such a young age, middle school, absolutely disgusting, deplorable.
And for someone who has touted
I don't want to hear that
his
he wasn't involved
executive
in it.
credentials, who has said that he's making so much positive change in Florida, to then say that he doesn't know anything about this and he had nothing to do with it, is definitely something that his Republican opponents are picking up on.
And this trip by the vice president was fairly spontaneous, right? So what's the strategy there?
The strategy is
the strategy. Don't worry, I'll say it for you, girl. The strategy is a lot of black voters don't like me. I'm Kamala Harris in this situation, by the way. A lot of black voters don't like me because I haven't done anything while I've been in office, anything to make life easier for you. But Ron DeSantis is a psychopath and has allowed this to pass in his state. So let me go to his state, give a little speech, make it seem like I care, and then you'll vote for me. That's where her concern starts and ends. It's ridiculous to me that people even have the idea that she cares about this.
To turn her into a one-woman rapid response team, if you will. In fact, she was the one, we're told, who said to her aides on Thursday night that she wanted to make a change to the schedule and that she wanted to go to Florida to talk about this on the ground.
Because she's a smart politician. Doesn't mean she's a good person. It just means that she's really, really good at getting you to do what she wants.
In person, and so they had to sort of scramble to make it happen. This is an issue, they say, that is right in her wheelhouse, that she is very comfortable talking about, that she has first-person experience dealing with, and they feel that she is a powerful messenger for the White House when it comes to issues like this. So I think you're going to see more of it going forward.
She's really good at talking big game.
Campaign year.
On a different angle, a new Fox Business poll shows education level is the biggest differentiating factor when it comes to supporting a 2024 GOP primary candidate.
They don't care about white voters. They don't care about black voters. They don't care about gay voters. They don't care about trans voters. They don't care about us. What they care about is money in their pockets. Let's not lie to ourselves anymore about what the state of politics is in this country. It's all about money in the pockets. Don't get it twisted.